Yeah, there are definitely some damages to the hull. Wow, water is quite fresh this morning. Let me get some tea going here real quick. There we go. Perfect. And for breakfast, I'm gonna do some sushi today, I think. Yep, that sounds like a plan. So we do have some damage on my hull. I think we're gonna have to take care of that right away. And actually, yeah, we definitely have some damages. And if we go below deck, we'll see it's gonna be fairly similar, I think. Yeah, we definitely have some scratches here and there, fresh scars of our adventures in Mirage Mountain. So we're gonna try to fix our hull temporarily, which is done, applying some Occam there. Looks like it did use a lot of our energy, but so we are at 26% hull damage right now, and come on, and that's before taking our open ocean journey here. So that's not amazing. We're 1/4 down from our hull being 100% health. Now, here is the main suspect for the damages. Now, what's interesting is that, yeah, that's not great, but that's not a lot given the number of time I actually touch the sandbanks during the last episode. All right, so been drifting for about a day, maybe two, trying to recover a bit. So initially I came out of Mirage Mountain, all sails deployed, like escape mode. But after a minute or two, I was like, hey, what are you running from, right? Like there is no rush. We're not gonna let our tea boil here, even though that might be a bit too late. Admittedly, stay here. Let me put you there right away. Yeah, so, and I was like, why am I running? Like, I'm done with Mirage Mountain, right? So, yeah, just put all the sails down, or up, depending of the sail we're talking about, and then I just started to fish a little bit, get some provision to get us going. So we've got 2 smoked eels. That's gonna carry us a little bit. And then, you know what, I'm going to grab another one of those. And the last 2, I'm going to grill them real quick. Just for, just to keep things varied a little bit. And also not to totally waste the firewood. So, obviously, we are in Mirage Mountain. And our next stop is gonna be Dragon Cliff. Now, the green and the red arrows are kind of the trade winds around the 30 seconds latitude there, which is about where we are. So obviously, we may be able to take a straight route down to Dragon Cliff by having east by southeast heading. East by southeast? Yeah, east by southeast heading. And given the wind, that would probably work, because we're kind of full east right now. But I think I might do a little bit. Oh, I need to go around my different lanterns. Yo, I'm drinking tea so that I can keep some energies going. I'm gonna take a nap at some point, but I would like to get going first. If it's not asking for too much, this. Alright, You stay there. And you don't move. Let me see. Yeah, there you go. Perfect. So yeah, I think I'm gonna go east for a little while, because I think that would then put me in a better position to approach towards the Emerald Archipelago and Dragon Cliff. Now we are day, I want to say 7:04. Yeah, 7:04. So we are a little bit behind. We are actually very much behind on the, not the spices, on the silk. We are 2 weeks behind, but hey, that's fine. We're gonna miss some reputation gains. However, we visited a new island, and that was definitely worth it. About a week plus of sailing, I anticipate. Probably much more if I don't deploy more sail, but yeah, so about a week plus, plenty of supplies. I'm gonna rely mostly on fishes for, not mostly, I'm gonna rely 100% on fishes during my trip, because I don't have anything else on board except but for some fruits to make sure my diet remains balanced, which it is right now. We slept at the tavern not so long ago, so we are all set here. Okay, perfect. So I'm gonna go and start deploying a bit more. We're gonna open up wide for now. Let's see if we can take a little bit of speed. And then we're gonna be on for the journey. And I'm kind of yeah, I'm starting to wonder what the welcome party is gonna look like, given that the last time I left the archipelago, things were not exactly smooth, we're gonna say. But hey, we have a week to worry about that. Nice. Right away, we're taking some nice speed. I'm just going with the with our main jib here. Very nice. No ballast adjustment required. Actually, the wind is almost too coming from our stern a bit too much. It's not the morning anymore. It's 3 p.m. I'm gonna try to hold until the end here. And perfect until the end of the day before. I'm not gonna take a nap, I think. Very nice. The last sight of Alank. As we are leaving, I'm gonna check, no, because it looks like we're having some decent speed here. Perfect. 8 plus. Almost 9 knots, and we're not in open seas just yet. I'm kind of looking forward to putting her to the test, and but as you can see right now, it's so stable. And yeah, I still think we're not very low, but we're not very high on water either. Perfect. No adjustment required. So obviously we're gonna keep track, right, of our progress here as we go along. So we are -4 longitude and 33 latitude. Okay. And we left around noon. I think it's fair to say around noon, day 104. So we're gonna be able to track our weekly progress. Gonna take a last look at Mirage Mountain. Very, very interesting place. Yeah, it's a very interesting place, and we actually left the island with one more mystery to explore. we've got this map here, and while I do have some idea of what it entails, or at least where it leads its bearer, we don't have time for that. I need to get going, but hopefully I'm gonna cherish that piece of paper. We have a light here. Yep, we have a light on. And I'm gonna be able to come back at some point and see if I can solve that new puzzle. But hey, yeah, we can only accomplish so much. Our little one-man enterprise is once again bringing us on the other side of the sailing world. This is crazy, no? I mean, woke up because I was starting to take on water. I cannot see anything. We are roughly going east, but at this point I'm not even gonna touch anything. Yeah, I needed some drinks anyway, so that's fine. Give me some water here. But 12 knots. This is insane. Yeah, I know. The water barrel is empty. What? I'm gonna, cause I'm clearly being pushed a little bit. So I'm assuming, cause my course keep pulling north. Even when I'm trying to bring it back, so that means that I definitely need some sail adjustments to be able to keep my course as I want. But I think I'm just fine with that, and I'm just gonna let her do her thing. See where we're at tomorrow morning. I'm not gonna grab an eel because I feel like that would be a waste, and then if I eat too much, I'm gonna have issues going back to bed, but that's fine. That should allow us to hold until the morning. Damn. And that's with clear sky as well, so it's not even a storm or what. Yeah. Difficult to forget that I need to be very careful with the aura. almost drowned. I almost drowned. That's so much water. Okay, maybe I shouldn't have let the... maybe I shouldn't have let the boat do her thing too much. Alright. I wonder how close I got from losing it all here. That overconfidence. So it's still dark. We are now going wrong heading, so we're definitely gonna chill a little bit here. I'm gonna have to. What time is it? It's 4 a.m. So we are not too far from waking up here, from the sun coming up. Sorry, I'm still a little bit concerned here. I might actually. So first thing first, can I get a read on the wind? Yes, we're still looking great. Okay, now the eel doesn't seem like an overkill at all. I cannot worry about my food and drink for the next few hours while we get the situation under control. Alright. So first off, we're back east. That's good. Second off, what's our current speed? Alright, so things calm down a little bit. Oh, okay, 9, 10. Yeah, things definitely calm down a little bit, which is good. Now, I'm gonna adjust here a little bit as well. I'm gonna try to come to a more composed situation. Alright, I think I'm gonna... I was gonna say I think I'm gonna go back to bed, but arguably I may need to move this copper here, right there, or maybe even right there. Ooh. Are we taking on water though? Oh yes, a tiny bit. Is that linked to damage? I want to say it's not only linked to damage. You know what? We are making some great progress. I'm lowering my main. We're gonna finish the night because I'm just too tired. Yeah, I know the sun is about to come up, and that's totally fine. I wanna finish the night because otherwise I need to get my my sleeping schedule under control here. So we should have slowed down sufficiently enough, or did we though? Alright, but at least we have a bit of we have a little bit more the roll under control. I am so happy to be back in the ocean. I'm gonna assume we there is not a chance we see Mirage Mountain here. Is there? I mean, with the speed we had. I mean, granted, there are a lot of waves here, but yeah, should be around there. Let's see behind that one. All right, I'm gonna go with no, but no, the speed. I don't recall reaching those kind of speeds, no. Alright, looks like any effort to sleep right now is 100% futile. So clearly the sun is up because I don't have any lights on. Very nice. Yes, we still have big waves. We're still looking at a very, very favorable wind, which is great. That's for once. It's going as anticipated. Alright, we're gonna reopen a little bit. Is that dangerous? Maybe. but that's gonna give us such a speed boost. Now, with a strong wind like that, there is an argument for bringing down the big jib and keeping the and bringing up the small one. If we are starting to take on water again, then that's what I might do. You know, really trying to bring things in the right balance. I'm also not gonna go that. Should I? No, you know what? I'm gonna leave them fully deployed. So I don't know if it's because it's still a little bit early. We're gonna go up to the end of life of this one. So I took on a lot of water overnight, but I still believe that my temporary repairs are holding. Yeah, it was just big seas, just big waves, and we're riding. So obviously looking forward to taking the first reading at noon today and see if we can get an idea of how much progress we've made in 24 hours. Am I on top here? Yeah. Alright. That works. I just wanted to see. Oh, perfect. No. Doesn't look like there is anything in sight. Or is there now? Nope. I'm gonna say no. Awesome. Okay, now. Yeah, you see the lighting, right? It's okay. I can probably go with having one lantern on at all time. Oh, the speed. I mean, look at the dinghy. It's almost as if he wants to jump. It's like, no, that's too much for me, guys. And here we are, 10 again. Damn, that's insane. We're gonna go so fast now. Now remember, we should be definitely, because we were being pushed north during the night, but we should be clearly in the 33rd latitude, and we want to stay there for, I think, a little bit longer, I want to say. Yeah. This is awesome. And you see, with the angle I have, right? And the sheer size of this one, I almost want to say that I'm better off than with squares. Because even if I was added squares, right? So if I add more squares on the main mast, right? Obviously, I'm not gonna use my mainsail when I'm using my squares. But I don't know, you know, with the added weight and everything, I almost think I'm better off like that, which is pretty awesome. And now we are holding east extremely well, which is perfect. I know I'm low. I need to change my barrel of water. So we have one more there, full. And I want to say that should be enough to carry us to the Emerald Archipelago. Maybe. Yeah, I'm tired, but obviously I am not gonna sleep just yet. Was that some? Yeah. Again, hull damage, so I want to stay fully aware of what's going on down here. Doing well. Do I happen to have water here? Alright. Am I panicking? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I have full confidence in my boat. Not so much in its captain, but that's on par for the course, I guess. coming on noon fairly shortly. Let me put that right there. I'm gonna grab my clock real quick, and we're gonna find a spot full of sun, which luckily today is not a problem, and we are getting there. Would appreciate if I could see the line of the sun compass slightly better. I'm not sure what is up with that, but that's okay. And yes, I'm tired again, obviously. But let's see here. We've overall slowed down quite a bit, but the wind remains favorable nonetheless. Actually, I could benefit from a little bit of an adjustment, but okay, we're coming on. Almost there, so we are definitely in the 33 plus, between 33 and 34 latitude, which is perfect. Falling right now. Who pushed me? Fucking hell. Are you kidding? Ah, no. What is this? No. Whoa. Quick. Yeah, awesome. Thanks, game. Damn. So, I wanna say I have no flipping idea. This is crazy. Can I fall just moving forward? No, I can't. Oh, okay, we're gonna put that under user error. Anyway, I could have guessed no, because I was yeah, no. I spend the morning thinking like, don't go back to bed. You're gonna miss the noon reading. Don't do that. And I still miss the noon reading. Awesome. Yeah, I'm now sleeping on the upper deck, but I'm coming back to that. Good morning, everyone. Nice sunrise right there. So we are still going east, which is perfect. Quiet wind, as you can see. We are rocking a kind of reduced sail config, but let me stop you right there, because I can see we've taken on some water overnight, which has been a feature of this journey so far, which is mostly why my bed is now upstairs. Luckily, I was able to do a fairly good night this time around, because I'm 3/4 full in my energy bar. Now, as you can see, the cracks have not disappeared. I'm down to 41% in my first barrel of oakum, now 35. Every morning I'm just fixing some part of the repairs just to make sure our boat remain in as good a condition as she can be. Alright, now, I'm not gonna lie, I was hoping to see the archipelago with the sunrise. And the fact that it is nowhere to be seen, is it a concern? Not really. Although this trip has not been going as planned at all. Let me see if we can get some speed going here a little bit without taking on water. Yeah, because I had to spend my nights with very reduced sail config, very loose sail config as well, just to make sure that I could sleep a few hours consecutively, and as a result, during my nights, I'm afraid I was losing most of the progress I had made during the day, which means that we are now day 712. We're still not in sight of the Emerald Archipelago, and I am running dangerously low on water. Why? Because every time I'm going to sleep, or let's say 90% of the time I'm going to sleep, I'm taking on water after barely an hour of sleep, and as a result, I need to use the bilge pump, and when I'm doing that, it draws much more on my water and food reserve. So food is not an issue because I have plenty of supplies of hooks. So I have basically almost infinite fish supply right now. But water, I am now on my last barrel. And once I'm done with water, I am left with 2 barrels of rums. And if I have to navigate with 2 barrels of rums, it's gonna be challenging. Is that our breakfast? Yeah, I might give it another go though. We're still going good heading. Now, according to my latest reading, which was I think yesterday, we are a few hours west of Dragon Cliff. Maybe a day at max, at most. But we're gonna confirm that with a noon reading that we're gonna try not to miss. And while we're doing that, I'm gonna go back to fishing to complete my breakfast, and I'll tell you a little bit about that journey. Because so basically I was napping every few hours just to try to keep a sliver of energy, and about midway through the night, I would just take down all my sails, just drift along with the current, and then replenish a little bit more of my health bar. So that was a very, very, very good learning, and I'm happy I'm finding that out only when I'm doing a fairly short journey, still open ocean, but fairly short journey, compared to when I'm going full adventure mode, having no idea how long my trip is gonna last, meaning that I need to make sure I optimize my supplies, which I have not been doing at all on this trip. But hey, that's fine. But I have to say that apart from that logistical nightmare, which I'm very hopeful to solve as soon as I'm in the archipelago, the boat performance is outstanding. I've been reaching speeds which I was just not anticipating with that sail config, even with wind not really favorable. So it's been really good. Right now again 7 knots in fairly weak wind, and let's do a little experiment here. Let's pull down the squares and see if we can gain a little bit more speed, because the wind is slowly turning, which is good. Keeping an eye on the time here, just to make sure. So because the wind is not too strong, I can afford a little bit of tilt. There you go. Got my ballast, most of them placed. Okay. We are very stable. Look at that. There we go. Above 8 knots without sweating whatsoever. Alright. Should we do one more? Because I had a second line dropped. There we go. Come here, you. One more, and then we're gonna start cooking. that will be fine. But yeah, the boat, every time I was sailing, I was reaching like really, really impressive speed. You know what? I'm gonna grab some fruit real quick, even though I have a perfectly balanced diet, which is awesome after 10 days at sea. Can't complain about that. And I even have one more crate available of fruits if needed. So pretty happy that the deck is still fairly well organized, even though I have a few empty crates. But I'm going through so much firewood. Yeah, I don't think that's the route I'm gonna go for the next leg of the journey. I think I'm gonna go supplies that I'm gonna purchase in crates in the archipelago, and then I'm gonna use only fishing and smoking for emergency or when I'm bored. Yeah, let's put it that way. I think it's good. Perfect. We've got our breakfast going. And now, I mean breakfast, it's gonna be a brunch. Let's call it a brunch. And let's get ready, because we are not missing our reading here. Still time though. We're not that far out. What a very pleasant day at sea. First time in over a week that I have calm seas like this. It feels extremely good. Alright, now let's get ready. So I've been working on the map, right? And I think that our reading put us like at this check here. I think this is our position. So I think I was off by a day, and that we should get inside of the Emerald Archipelago at some point tomorrow, and that's by keeping an eastern heading all the way through. So we're gonna go and just chill. It's now 3:15. We have a little bit of time ahead of us before nightfall. But if nothing comes up, we're gonna be good for tomorrow morning, I think. Yeah, those are fully cooked, but I might actually take a quick nap. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. Up, perfect. Just as the sun is going down, I've recovered a little bit of energy. So definitely, my issues of sleeping was linked to the high seas. So yeah, I'm not sure how I'm gonna solve that. Maybe I need to better trim my sails before I go to bed. And nothing in sight. So we're gonna chill. We're gonna take a little snack before our food goes bad. And I think this calls for a little bit of an evening sailing, which is gonna be very smooth indeed. Look at that, how she's riding the waves. she's been holding course the whole day, no? Awesome. We're gonna wait a bit for night reading here, I think. Because, yeah, there is no rush. I want to make sure I have a correct reading. And looks like the wind is gonna kind of hold. Oh, we have been taking on a little bit of water here. Maybe after my my afternoon nap. That's highly possible. But hey, that was nothing. Barely felt the impact of the effort here. Gonna start the night with a full belly, and I think I'm down to half a barrel of water. Yep. That's gonna be interesting. Alright. Do we have clouds? Yes, we do. But I think we've got our North Star right there. So what are we reading? 32.5? $32 maybe. 8 p.m. Thing is, even a 31 point something, 32, no? So that should put us on a perfect trajectory for the let me just put it back. Let me double check there. Yeah, I mean, probably we're gonna arrive like on the Newport side. At worst. Okay, perfect. So if I didn't mess up my reading, right, we should be in a good position. Hey gang, you've been watching the first part of our journey eastward, which see us coming in sight of the Emerald Archipelago as planned the next day by 8 a.m. Hence bringing an end to what has been a very interesting week of sailing with a lot of learning, and I'm very happy with the performance of the Aura. Even though I still have some work to do to make sure I'm fully set up. But that will be in the next episode. We're heading straight to Dragon Cliff. We've got some people to meet there, as well as getting the prep work underway for the next part of our adventure. But until then, take care, and I see ya!